think we're ready to play a little more now. Maybe we'll put some nice little grassy areas right along here. And I'm just tapping with this 2.5-inch brush. This is where you straighten out the bottom of your barn and decide where everything's going to be. There we go. Just let it go. And really, you could put this on with a paint roller. It really makes no difference. All we're doing here is just applying dark color. There. Just need some dark color. Heck, we'll just go into some sap green. We'll just add a little sap green to that. Even a touch of crimson, alizarin crimson. Because when you put sap green and alizarin crimson together, it makes a beautiful, beautiful, rich brown color. So we're still working in brown tones. But by mixing on the brush and on the canvas, we're going to have some nice effects here when we get done. All right. Now, no farm's complete without some fences. So let's build some fences. We'll start with some of this brown color made from the permanent red, the Van Dyke brown, and the Prussian blue. Prussian blue. It's almost a tendency to say Persian blue. But that was my kitty cat. Okay. Put a little fence right here. Maybe there's one here. I tell you what I want to do. I want to put a little grass back here if I do all that. So we'll take a little yellow, a little sap green. Because if I put that fence in first, then it's going to be hard to see. Little things that grow right down. You need dark against light, dark against light, light against dark. Continually play with that. Light against dark, dark against light. That's what makes it work. Maybe like that. There we go. Wherever you want it to go. Some little things happening in here. Okay, now we'll take our big brush again. We can clean this bottom up a little bit. See there? You can just blend that dark right in, and everything is separate. It separates because it's dark against light, and it creates the illusion of shadow right there. And painting is nothing but games of illusions. There we go. All right, maybe there's a happy little pond right here. Maybe. Let's just take some of the same color and go right here. Decide maybe there's some water lives right there. Now there's blue underneath, and I've got yellow on the brush, so it's going to change. It's going to turn a nice green color. Okay, just pull it straight down, and very lightly go across. And quick, instant water. Very light, to really stand out. This is almost straight titanium white. There was a little bit of the color left on the blade, but mostly white. There we go. Now then, we'll take a little bit of liquid black. A little liquid black, and take my liner brush again. And I put a little paint thinner in it to make it even a little bit thinner. Okay, let's go up to the canvas here. And with that, we're just going to very quickly throw in a few happy little indications of some tree limbs. That's all there is to it. See? That paint's very thin, and it flows. It'll absolutely flow. There. And however many limbs you want on your tree. Maybe there's one that hangs down here and there. Whatever. And we can go right into some liquid white and go right back over and throw just a hint of some highlight here and there. Like maybe there's a little snow laying on top of some of these. There. That gives you an idea how to do that. Now let's put some highlights on these. Maybe there's a little snow that's been captured up here in the limbs. So I'm just going to take the old round brush here, put the least little touch of yellow ochre in here, and just tap in a little bit of color. Just like so. Just tap it in. Okay, let's go up here to the canvas. Now then, just barely going to touch. And just begin forming some of the basic tree shapes here that we want. Just some basic limbs. Look at there. See how easy that is? Don't overdo. This will start working so good for you in a heartbeat, you'll cover your whole tree. And you don't want to kill all the beautiful dark color that you worked so hard to put in there. Just here and there. Just let some of these little things just fall in there. The least little touch of the yellow ochre, though. Not much, not much. Just to kill the white. All right, now, while I have that color on the brush here, let's begin laying in some snow right here. We can just use this brush and there. All I'm doing is laying a little color right on the canvas. We'll come back and clean that up with another brush. Okay, now I'm going to go into a little sap green. Begin using a little sap green with this yellow so it begins to get a little bit darker as we work back here. And we'll put some highlights on this little tree. There we go. By now you should begin having the feeling that you're walking through the deep woods and all the beautiful tree shapes are there. The little squirrels are hiding in the trees. The bunny rabbits are behind. There we go. Once again, don't kill all this dark area. You need it to produce distance in the painting. Okay. That should give us enough to get started with. Now we'll take the Almighty fan brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of magic white and a little bit of firm white. And we'll make, let's have a little waterfall that's happening back here, and maybe a bubbling little stream is just working its way through. And so often we avoid running water, and running water is a lot of fun. So here we go. Pull it over and let it drop if you want to make a little waterfall. Then we take the fan brush and push to make some little foamy things happen. And then we begin building our running water, and we're pushing the fan brush so that it bends upward and the foam's on the top instead of on the bottom. There we are. Each highlight needs its own private shadow. And we can bring this down a little further. As you work on these mountains, you begin seeing all kinds of little things happening. Use what you see. Don't plan it. And maybe we'll put a little ridge right here. Oh, there's another one. I see him right there. There he is. Okay, now let's lay the bottom of these mountains into a little bit of mist. Clean, dry brush, and all we're going to do is tap. Always following the angles that we've created in the mountain. Down like so. Just tap. Okay, over here we'll follow these angles and tap in this direction. Okay, a little bit here. Then we're going to lift upward just enough to take out the little tap marks. There we go. Okay, now we're getting a nice little misty effect over here. There, we just work that right out. And we're ready to come forward. We've created some almighty mountains in just a few minutes here. Okay. Now we'll take a little more of the blue and brown. And back to one of our golden rules. You need dark in order to show light. So we're going to start by putting some dark on here. We load a lot of paint into the brush. And we just push some little bushes right out of the brush. There he comes. There he is. Just putting some dark on so we'll have some light showing. All right. Okay, now we can take a brush. We'll use a little bit of magic white and a little bit of plain white. Thin paint will stick to a thick paint. So we're thinning the paint just a little bit. Then we're going to push some beautiful little snow-covered trees way back in the distance on here. There, look at those son of a guns. There they are. Just hundreds of little trees, little bushes, all these things happening way back there.
Okay.
Then you have to start making big decisions. Big decisions. Graze the canvas. No pressure. Absolutely no pressure. None. Your light is coming from the right. Now, if you're left-handed, you might find it easier to have the light coming from the other side. Left-handed people have been forced to do right-handed things their entire life, so it sort of varies. Okay, maybe there's a little light that just plays right through here. Look at that. See there? Just let it drop in. They don't know where that goes yet. Don't care. Here we go. I want to have some light coming right down through there. Just think where a happy little sunlight would strike. Right here, I want to have a little more. This is the way you create little peaks and valleys and all kinds of interesting things happening in there. Just sort of let your imagination go. Just let it go. You want that paint to break. By break, I mean it has all these little holes here in it. There we are. And we can jaggy up the little edges. There goes one of them crazy words I use, jaggy up. I don't know if that's a real word or not, but you understand what I'm saying. Don't want it too straight. Okay, now then.